So very excited to announce this partnership today with you. What I'd request Rahul to start off, why don't you shed a little bit of light in terms of what we're trying to do with the Drone Federation and AWS. I think with what drones can do and what the cloud has to offer, we can continue this discussion as an endless discussion, but I'd sort of like you to just start off with you know what the background of this partnership is.
Sure, thanks Rahat, and it's really exciting to be here. I think this is a very interesting time to be in India when all of this ecosystem is coming together. AWS and Drone Federation of India is coming together to create a collaboration hub and an innovation hub for drones in India using AWS as a platform for technology. And I think the important thing to consider here is how technology has evolved and what the previous speakers have been talking about as well. The need for us to really look at all the use cases that are possible and how do you get to those use cases in a very quick manner. The perspective that I want to give here is, I think a number of you would have been using AWS. If you're in drones, I'm sure a number of you are already using it. But what has brought us here so far? Let me give you a couple of minutes on that. Take artificial intelligence, machine learning as an example. It's been around for 40 years. What's the big deal now that in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, everybody's talking about AI, IoT, and all of these new technologies. The one factor that is the determination of all of this to become available is the cloud. 40 years ago, all of the technology was in research institutions or large enterprises. But today, even as a single entrepreneur, you have access to the same technology that exists, that the biggest and the most complex needs of an enterprise, the same technology is available with you today here sitting in India as an entrepreneur who may have just one person on your team. And I think that's the key that we want to sort of bring across to the table here. The need to sandbox, the need to actually get across and experiment and come up with answers quickly. We talk about drone usage in agriculture, precision agriculture. The kind of use case that exists for agriculture is very, very different potentially from a use case that is in a sense and response scenario for disaster management. How do you quickly create those scenarios, create those use cases in an iterative, experiential manner is where I think the cloud is really coming in and helping you. What you use is what you pay for. What you need is available to you on the tap right then and there. So you don't have to waste weeks and weeks of effort trying to bring in technology and buy technology and then find out that it's not useful because the experiment failed. Amazon itself is a firm that thrives on experimentation and failure. We learn from our failures and we learn quickly and we make sure that the next one is far more successful. And I think that's what we want to bring across to all the entrepreneurs sitting here.
And I think that's one of the most exciting parts about this partnership as well, because it's not just something that we're thinking about in the future. It's something that is very current to almost everybody in the room. What we're looking at is the Digital Sky platform has certain elements which is using AWS. A lot of the UTM systems in the world today are using that. A lot of the mapping and survey that happens today on the cloud, a lot of the applications that entrepreneurs sitting in the room today are using the cloud to be able to do that, and in a lot of cases are using AWS as well. But having current use cases is definitely exciting. What is also exciting in all of this is the future prospect of what we are creating. With 5G coming in, with very high bandwidth, low latency, today we're just looking at uploading data and managing data on the cloud and looking at AI and ML applications. But the future of what the drone industry really holds is a lot of command and control happening through the cloud. And with things like logistics, delivery, air taxis, the future of where this is headed is extremely exciting. So, I'd love to hear a little bit about how how AWS is thinking about that. For drones, there is definitely some incredible potential with what is going to happen in the cloud.
Sure, and I think as I talked about technology, this is technology that is available to all of you today. I'd like to start with talking about open data as a platform. We have the registry of open data, and we have petabytes of data today stored on our open data registry, which is accessible to all of you today. Things that were talked about, with the Survey Journal of India, the data for surveys in India can be put on to the open data registry as well. The way that it helps is you can actually use this data for your applications, and it is co-located with the compute facilities as well. So you don't have to download petabytes of data. You can simply use the data right then and there, and in minutes have your outcomes. That's an important factor, I think, that we must consider. The one thing that is going to be a constraint in India is going to be the availability of machine learning ready data sets and the ability for us to pull together all of the resources that we have into a common open data registry. It's like open source. It's open data is something that is free for everybody to use. And our point of view on open data is that don't constrain yourself to a use case. Just put the data there and somebody will think of a good use case for it. So open data is certainly one that we are promoting, and it's hugely useful in India today. The second, with all of the new technologies that are coming in for artificial intelligence and machine learning, we want to be able to remove the undifferentiated heavy lifting of using technology. We have announced very recently a number of new offerings on Amazon SageMaker, which is our artificial intelligence platform. You don't even need to know coding to be able to do AI and ML. So if you want to have the best AI models available to you, and you want to play around, you are a data scientist, we give you the full stack of infrastructure for you to use. But if you don't want to get into coding, we give you a full end-to-end platform called Amazon SageMaker, which will help you quickly create outcomes for your use cases. And we have, at the highest level, we've got services, AI services like Amazon Rekognition, where you can just, through a single API call, be able to get to the outcome that you need. You don't even need to do any data science for it. And these are all available with all of the experience that Amazon has, over 20 years of experience in AI and machine learning. IoT is so important for all of drones, and the Amazon IoT Greengrass offerings, if you have a look at them, it gives you a full end-to-end capability on IoT, including all of the operating system level and the control aspects that are needed, the maintenance aspects that are needed. So a lot of the technology that you see today that is needed is available at your fingertips today. And with this collaboration, we want to actually bring that across to all of you. We want to create a sandbox environment for you to play around with. We'll give credits to drone startups to be able to use all of these technology. We'll give them mentoring support, technology support, and the idea is to get to use cases as quickly as possible.
And I think that's going to be one of the critical takeaways for people in the audience today, because we all know what the potential of this technology, of drone technology is, which is why we are all here. And I think really being able to use the technology is just a tool for all of us. It's like, any other tool. It's really a question of how we're able to apply it in all of our different industries and how we're able to use it. And using a lot of these services that was just mentioned, to be able to use machine learning for simple things like, when we're looking at growth of mining, you can do periodic surveys over a period of time, the kind of detection that you can do over a period of time for road surveys, for
disaster management.
Endless applications. Disaster management, we were discussing some very interesting use cases earlier where, if you've got open maps of a certain area and you've got a area that's completely, gone through a lot of destruction, your maps you can use your open maps to be able to overlay the whole route to be able to use the drone in a much more efficient manner. So applications are up to all of us to be able to develop. I think between the Drone Federation and AWS, we're trying to open up a platform where people can really use the services, get the mentorship, and really develop solutions that your end users can really do with. I think I'm going to ask.
Just a couple of more points. I think with what the minister and the joint secretaries, the secretary said, the importance to have real-time sort of response on drones, you need to be able to have the best technology available. And that's what we're offering, across the board. One important factor I just want to mention is this, in terms of data localization requirements to India, we are fully compliant to data localization requirements in India. We have a Mumbai region, so all of the data remains in data. It's your choice where you can encrypt it. It's completely safe. So I just wanted to address that question as well, that we are fully compliant to data localization needs. In terms of cloud security as well, I remember Sean Voice who's the Deputy Director of the CIA, last year in our public sector conference in Washington, D.C., on the keynote said, at the weakest moment, cloud security implementation is stronger than the strongest data center implementation of cloud of security. So I just wanted to put those in context as well, that come experiment with the platform, and we'll take care of the other undifferentiated heavy lifting that is required to manage technology.
Thank you for that. I'm going to close on one very simple, this thing. What would be sort of the dream application that comes out of something like this? What is sort of, what excites you the most?
See, for me and my team, the mission is that we want to be able to impact the life of every citizen of India. So my dream is to be able to impact the lives of people in the remotest part of India. I think that's where, if you think about healthcare and the requirement to deliver medicine, the requirement to deliver livelihood-related items. So whether it's healthcare, whether it's skilling, whether it's livelihood, anything that helps people in the remotest parts of India is something that me and my team are really passionate about. So I think that's the important thing for me.
Yeah, and what's exciting about what you just said is that none of this is things that we're talking about in the remote future. It's not the Jetsons anymore where things were flying around. You're talking about somebody tomorrow morning giving a talk about how they're doing this across Rwanda and how they're trying to now do it across Maharashtra. So, applications in healthcare and all are all live examples of what this can potentially get to. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your collaboration. We look forward to working with all of you.
Yes.